All right, next up, we are gonna go over your lower body program. Same setup in that we are working from large muscle groups down to our smaller muscle groups. For you, it's a little bit customized in that we are not doing our lunges or our squats yet. Our knees don't like that. So we are gonna be working a lot on some stabilization strength, glute strength, core strength, kind of really waking up our lower quarter, using a little bit more band work than resistance. So let's jump right in. All right, so first one on your lower body program was our fancy clamshells that we added in. So we are going to work on opening the knees, rotating open, rotating closed, lowering down, open, rotate open, rotate closed, lower down. Belly is in, pretending like our back is up against a wall so that we get nice and stable through our hips as we do this. So for this one, if you want to go straight through for your 3 sets of 10, you can always split it between the 2 hips if you'd like. Your choice. This is a really great way to wake up our glutes, wake up our hip abductors and rotators, especially if we're going to start to add in some load and some balance in there. All right, so start off on the floor there. We're going to come to our feet. Option to grab weights if you like. You don't have to. We are going into our forward T or our single leg deadlift. Option, you can do 2 legs for your deadlift. So you just hold those weights in front, you slide the weights down, the butt goes back, and you stand up nice and tall. If you want to do a couple with both legs just to warm up that hinge pattern, feel free. But the way that we have been training these in our sessions has been in that balanced position. So hinging forward, soft knee, and then stand back up. After a couple reps, you should feel that burn and that muscle working down the back of our leg. Goal is that we are keeping our hips and shoulders square to the floor. You're feeling a stretch in your hamstrings and then squeezing down the back of the leg to lift you back up. Same thing, you can alternate legs, do 10 on one, 10 on the other. Option to add weight in both hands or weight in one hand just to kind of counterbalance us. And using a chair or whatever it is that you need nearby in case you're feeling like your balance is a little wobbly. We'll build up to whatever it is that we need to do. Okay, you're still getting good work with that. All right, option now is our heel raises. I'm gonna grab my little box here. So as we reviewed, we want to make sure that foot is fully flat on whatever surface we are having it on. It can be a chair, it can be a bench, it can be whatever. Weight is close to our collarbone, and then stepping that foot back, you're going to lift your heel, squeeze, lower back down. So it's almost as if we're about to jump, but we're not jumping. So we're just getting into, digging deep into our calf, getting that knee as straight and strong as we can. Nice and controlled, push up, lower down. Then you'll switch. Option to go through or alternate. For a lot of these, I like to alternate, especially because we're really focused on one particular muscle group at a time. All right. Next one is our side stepping. We know this one. We're gonna grab the band. If you already have a loop, awesome. If not, place the band underneath the ball of your foot or that midfoot area. And then I like to tie a little bow. Helps to kind of keep things up off the ground. But I always like to tie it directly on the feet because then you really know that it's the right distance for your legs. I always start with my feet down on the floor so I know I'm gonna have that good resistance. Soft knees, belly in, pretend like one of your kiddos is about to jump into your arms. Step together, step together. This one's burned, but for a good reason. We've talked about how it's really important for us to build up this lower quarter, our hips and our glutes, to give your knee stability in the long run. So we're focusing on that. This one, you can go 3 to 5 laps depending on how much space you have. Usually I'll say 10 steps in one direction, 10 steps in the other. If you have a mirror, use it. No penguin walking, nice and sturdy, nice and strong. okay? All right, next and last on our list is the hurdle tap over. So you can grab a weight, you could grab a tissue box, I don't care what you use, but just give yourself a barrier on the floor. I like to use my dumbbells if I don't have my hurdles handy. So soft knees, same thing, belly brace, nice low stance, keeping our knees facing forward. We're gonna lift that leg, tap it over, lift that leg, bring it back in. The goal is that we're clearing over whatever it is we're clearing. This is working on our balance, this is working on our strength, our stability, all the things. So over and back, nice and light. All of our weight stays in this leg. That toe is only there for moral support. You'll do about 10. You go to the other side, lift, tap, lift, and in. Good, try to clear right over that dumbbell or hurdle, or whatever it is you have. Okay, and then the last version here is that forward back version. So same thing, but the hurdle is behind you. Soft knees, lift up, tap it back long, lift up, pull it back in. That knee stays sturdy and strong. There shouldn't be too much up and down with it. So we're gonna avoid pain with this one, but we're still getting strength in an isometric way because we're holding that position in place, okay? Pressing through your heel, you should feel your glutes, you should feel your hamstrings, and you should feel your quads. So we're pushing into the floor. Same thing here, 10, switch sides, ready stance, reach it, and in, reach it, and in. Option, you can always hold a weight, kind of helps keep engagement here, but if we're focusing on the legs, I'm okay without, okay? Like I said, our lower body series is focused more on stability at this stage. We will add in a little bit more weight training in terms of like traditional model squats, deadlifts, lunges, but only when your knee is ready. So stick with these for the first few weeks and see how it goes.